Lagos State Electrification Agency aligns with government's ongoing sexual gender-based violence awareness month. Independent National Electoral Commission opens media accreditation for Anambra State gubernatorial election. And foreign landslide kills at least 370 people in Sudan's remote Mara Mountains. And in sport, former Super Eagles goalkeeper Aloy Agu optimistic of Nigeria qualifying for 2026 World Cup. And now the details. I am Mike James. The Lagos State Electrification Agency has aligned with the state's government's ongoing sexual and gender-based violence SGBV Awareness Month themed SGBV with the theme It Concerns Us All. This initiative complements the broader activities coordinated by the Lagos State Domestic and Sexual Violence Agency DSVA under the leadership of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu and the agency's Executive Secretary Titilola Vaivo Adeniyi, who continue to champion policies that promote safety and inclusivity across the state. As part of its commitment to the campaign, the Lagos State Electrification Agency has created a purple-themed photo awareness stand at its office to symbolize solidarity with survivors and provide staff and visitors with information on prevention and available support channels. By partnering in the advocacy, it underscores the responsibility of every institution to promote and contribute to the collective goal of building a violence-free Lagos. Lagos State's government has been alerted to attempts by certain non-state actors to instigate a breakdown of law and order in the Ajah axis, owing to recent intelligence reports from security operatives within the axis of Lagos. Commissioner for Local Government, Chieftaincy Affairs and Rural Development, Bolaji Robert, made this announcement. Robert said the Lagos State government, under the leadership of Babajide Sanwo-Olu, reiterated its unwavering commitment to upholding peace, security, and orderliness across all parts of the state. The commissioner urged residents, stakeholders, and the general public in Ajah to refrain from any actions or activities capable of fueling unrest or disrupting public peace. Robert said in line with this, security agencies have been directed to maintain strict vigilance, prevent any breach of law and order, and carry out thorough investigations aimed at arresting and prosecuting any individual or group of persons found culpable in accordance with the laws. In a continued effort to strengthen healthcare delivery in Lagos, the Directorate of Health Information Management System under Health District 4 has conducted a 2-day training for health information management officers. The training, which focused on data management, data security, and health data reporting, was held for officers across primary healthcare centers within the district. A major highlight of the session was a presentation by Data Protection Officer Rotimi Onide, who stressed the importance of safeguarding sensitive health information and maintaining data confidentiality across all health systems. And now to the rest of the stories. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has opened its online portal for the accreditation of journalists and media organizations wishing to cover the November 8, 2025 Anambra State gubernatorial election. The Commission Secretary Rose Oriara Anthony said applications must be submitted via the accreditation portal imap.inecnigeria.org. According to her, the portal, which opened on September 1, will close by midnight on Friday, October 24. She stressed that late submissions will not be entertained, as the system would automatically shut down once the deadline elapsed. Bayelsa State Governor Doye Diri has approved the appointment of Wisdom Sawyer as the new head of the State Civil Service. The announcement was contained in a statement by the governor's chief press secretary, Daniel Alabra, in Yenagoa. Sawyer, who previously served as permanent secretary at the Ministry of Health, succeeds Bill Belemoye Charles Onyema, who retired on the 31st of August. The Lagos State chapter of the All Progressives Congress, APC, has commended President Bola Tinubu for his bold, deliberate and unmatched commitment to inclusive governance since assuming office on the 29th of May 2023. In a statement signed by Lagos APC Publicity Secretary Sheye Oladejo, the party described as baseless the recent narrative by the opposition to change the narrative and unprecedented inclusivity in governance across the various sectors, including appointment, gender balancing, youth inclusiveness, and the spread of infrastructures across the various regions. The party says 2 years into his administration, it is evident that President Tinubu has gone beyond the limitations of ethnic, religious, regional, gender, and partisan lines to offer Nigeria a leadership style rooted in fairness, representation, and meritocracy. The statement adds that women now occupy central roles in shaping national policy, and persons from minority and historically marginalized communities have been appointed to positions that reflect the dignity and value of every Nigerian life. Over to some foreign news. A United Nations official has confirmed that a landslide has killed at least 370 people in the remote Mara Mountains in western Sudan. The UN's Deputy Humanitarian Coordinator for Sudan, Antoine Gerard, said it is not easy to assess the scale of the incident or the exact death toll at the hard-to-reach area. Sudan Liberation Movement Army, the armed group in control of the affected area, had earlier said that 1,000 people died. The movement has appealed for humanitarian assistance from the UN and other regional and international organizations. Darfur's army-aligned Governor Mini Minawi has described the landslide as a humanitarian tragedy. And over to sports news. A former Nigeria goalkeeper, Aloy Agu, has insisted that the Super Eagles can still snatch a 2026 FIFA World Cup qualification ticket, despite their precarious situation in the Group C standings. Agu, who is 58, spoke ahead of Nigeria's crucial World Cup qualifier this weekend in New York against Amavubi of Rwanda. He insisted that if the coaches, the players, and even the government do the right things, Super Eagles could well pick the ticket and host the green-white-green in the World Cup finals for the 7th time, following appearances in 1994, 1998, 2002, 2010, 2014, and 2018. That was our news at noon. Just before we go, ensure the registration mark on your vehicle is clear and visible at all times. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms: X, Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs. It's live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961. Visit our website, www.trafficradio961.ng. I can also listen to Lagos Traffic Radio live on my Lagos app for timely updates. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration organized a mentorship seminar for over 1,000 youths on the theme Agripreneur Strategy for Wealth Creation? Well, you can get details on the Legacy Government website, and to end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State Electrification Agency has aligned with the state government's ongoing sexual and gender-based violence SGBV Awareness Month, themed SGBV. It concerns us all. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has opened its online portal for the accreditation of journalists and media organizations wishing to cover the November 8, 2025 Anambra State gubernatorial election. We also told you that a United Nations official has confirmed that a landslide has killed at least 370 people in the remote Mara Mountains in western Sudan. In sports, a former Nigeria goalkeeper Aloy Agu has insisted that the Super Eagles can still snatch a 2026 FIFA World Cup qualification ticket despite their precarious situation in the Group C standings. And for contacts with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Coyote Mafalashiri. Thank you, Lagos. My name is Mike James. Good afternoon.